Folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Who's running the IT department? I'm serious, folks. If you have, how do you deal with this? Okay, you write that book. What's that book? You know, all those books for idiots. You know, learn this for idiots, that for idiots, that's for idiots. How about let's write that book, Deep State Explained for Idiots? Why? You know, right? You know, everything's for idiots. Like, right? Wasn't there a whole series over at the bookstore? You know, am I right or wrong? So somebody in there give me a thumbs up, damn it. Well, nobody's. Oh my God, the whole staff, nobody. Okay, so, you know, you got all these there, about time. All right, so you got all these books for idiots, right? I'm serious. I'm not joking. This is not a joke. I'm being very serious. We need to write the Deep State for Idiots. I know that's not nice. You're going to say, well, that's not nice. You shouldn't use that word, okay? But, folks, who's running IT, okay? And how long can they lose? How long can the government lose electronic documents and you and I accept it? When do we end that? Now there's the secret society. But see, I think the secret society that has been exposed is much deeper than actually what is talked about. So let's just play a very quick clip of Trey Gowdy yesterday with Martha MacCallum. Let's go to that video for a second, and we're going to talk about the secret society.
You want to expound on the secret society idea?
Sure, I wish I could. I wish I'd been the one who either sent that text or received it. You have this insurance policy in the spring of 2016, and then the day after the election, the day after what they really didn't want to have happen, there's a text exchange between these two FBI agents, these two supposed to be objective, fact-centric FBI agents saying, perhaps this is the first meeting of the secret society. So, of course, I'm going to want to know what secret society are you talking about, because you're supposed to be investigating objectively the person who just won the Electoral College. So, yeah, I'm going to want to know.
Congressman Gowdy, you know, in terms of that glitch of the missing text messages, those months, are you going to subpoena the phone companies to get those text messages?
Martha, Congress is...
the secret society. So we'll go there, right? And we know he's talking about Peter Strzok and Peter Strzok and Lisa Page. We're going to get into that in a minute, okay? You know, the secret society, you're wondering out there if they had a handshake, you know, a secret handshake, or whatever. So, who is in charge of the IT department? I think the government should stop, put on the brakes. Sometimes you think I'm silly with this, but I'm being very honest. I think the government should stop today, put on the brakes. And U.S. Marshals go in and start obtaining all these servers or backing up all the servers now and going through them of our government agencies, particularly the IRS, particularly the Department of Justice, particularly the FBI. List could go on. So let's start with this. Remember Lois, what's her name? Lois Lerner, the IRS, right? Here's Lois Lerner, remember? Since the scandal broke, what's the controversy over Lois Lerner's missing emails? Since the scandal broke, GOP House-led committee have asked that the IRS turn over various documents, including emails of officials involved like Lois Lerner. At first, the IRS used search terms to narrow down and provide relevant emails. In 2013, the agency handed over then 10,000 emails Lerner sent or received. But the GOP committee chair, Darrell Issa, and Dave Camp weren't satisfied and wanted to see all of Lerner's emails in 2009. In June, the IRS told Congress of its findings. Ready? Of its findings. Lerner's computer crashed in mid-2011, and many of her emails appear to be gone. You know, here's the problem with that. As America knows, rural America, you keep wondering why Donald Trump won. Hillary Clinton lying about her emails. Now, we'll get into that in a minute. Lois Lerner lying about her emails. We know that somewhere out there in cyberspace, those emails are floating around. We know that. Almost every American knows that, okay? So if this computer crashes right now that I'm talking to you and using and looking at, there's a server somewhere where I can find my email data. So we know that. But in 2009, it crashed, okay? All right? And the various documents including, let's see where I says, okay, told in 2011, and many of the emails appear to be gone. A computer crash wouldn't usually wipe out emails, except that the IRS had a policy that only 500 megabits of data could be stored on an email server at any one time, and that if this limit was hit, older emails would be moved to the employer's computer. The agency did manage to reconstruct and supply some emails by pulling them from other employees' accounts. At 67,000 emails that Lerner wrote or received were handed over. Okay? But congressional Republicans were unsatisfied to say the least. All right. Now, I'm going somewhere with this because newly received now this is important because we're going to get up to Peter Strzok, because we have Lois Lerner, and that's where we're starting at. Her first MO is I can't find the emails. The first lies, well, I won't say the first, because if they open their damn mouth, they're lying, okay? But the first at the IRS was, we can't find the emails. We only have 500 megabits. If it reaches 500 megabits, they automatically move themselves off the server. Sorry, done deal, can't help you, wish we could, but we're going to have to leave it there. Then, in 2015, newly recovered Lois Lerner emails shows IRS tried to cover up Tea Party targeting. All right. Now, there's a reason. We're going somewhere with this. The IRS sent one of its intrusive, smokescreen prevent the group complaining that Congress poor treatment according to one of Lois Lerner's apparently lost emails, which was recovered by auditors and released by an interest group Tuesday. Judicial Watch, I love Judicial Watch. Judicial Watch, which sued to force the production of Lois Lerner's emails, said the emails confirmed that Ms. Lerner, the central figure in the targeting probe, and her colleagues were aware of the sensitive nature of the cases, but appeared to hide details of massive backlog they were amassing. A massive backlog that they were amassing as they held up hundreds of Tea Party and conservative groups' application nonprofit status. Now, that's just a tip, okay? So we go with that, all right? And I believe when you hear secret society, who's running the IT process, okay? Now, we have the emails, okay? We have the emails of... here's Uma Abedin, Cheryl Mills, all right, Hillary Clinton. So we have Hillary Clinton, Secretary of State. All right, take Lois Lerner down. Put up Uma Abedin and Uma Abedin. It's a picture of her whispering into Hillary's Clinton's ear. Basically, I want that picture for a couple things. You know, I think Uma's actually whispering, I think we've been caught. So now we have 33,000 emails or whatever from Hillary that are missing, right? And we watch these people take BleachBit, all right? Is it Brian Pagliano? Okay. We watch these people take BleachBit, clean a server, put classified information on Uma Abedin's husband, the Wiener's laptop, okay? And we know all that happened. We know that Hillary Clinton went in to the secured area of the Secretary of State's office. There is an area that when you walk in, all right, you're not allowed to bring your phone. It's the forbidden area. Once you cross into it, the Secretary of State's office, everybody's office down through there, no phones, no recording devices, nothing. You go in, Secretary of State has plenty of phones, has computers, everything set up, but we know that Hillary Clinton walked in there with her phone and laid it on her desk. We know that. We know that she destroyed, even with a hammer, as many as 8 of these devices, is our understanding. Smashed them. Had a private server. Who the hell is running IT? Now, what we do know is put up Peter Strzok and Lisa Page. We do know that Peter Strzok interviewed, okay, Hillary Clinton over the July 4th, and he is an FBI top investigator. He's way up the chain. And that's his girlfriend, okay, Lisa Page, an FBI attorney. We do know the two of them there. We do know Peter was in the room that interrogated Hillary. Interrogated Hillary? No, I don't think you could call it that. Interviewed her over the holiday weekend, 4th of July. We know all of that. We know now that these people knew in advance that Hillary Clinton was never going to be charged with anything. We know that, all right? Now, there's one more picture, and then I'm going to frame a lot of this up. Okay? There's one more picture I want you to put up before I go to break, and that is, I had it here just a minute ago. I had the IT here. One more picture I wanted you to put up, and I'm sorry, General Flynn. Okay, we're going to talk about the missing text messages. Put up General Flynn. Now, these two here, before this picture leaves, they have hundreds, thousands, 50,000 plus of text messages between the two of them. These two here are the ones that had the text message in Andy McCabe's office, the acting director of the FBI, or the assistant director of the FBI at that time before James Comey got fired, that said we need to put together an insurance plan. Okay? We know they did. But now we find this gap in the text messages between the two of them. And we find it interesting. There's a whole list of things. But see, Peter Strzok interviewed Michael Flynn. And during the time that Michael Flynn was interviewed, those text messages between Peter Strzok and Lisa Page, their text messages are missing. We're going to come back and we're going to go through great detail. We're going to run a rapid picture, to a list just to touch the deep state, to touch the secret society, and then we're going to move on to something that I'm asking you to pay attention to. It's called redistricting. I'm asking you every day to pay attention to that. We're going to talk about that a little further into the show. I'm your host, BKP. Who's the IT? What's that? Awan, right? I forget his first name. I think it's Abood, or whatever. Awan. You see that picture? You find that picture? Can you put that up? Maybe this is their IT guy. Maybe this is one of the IT guys. Remember him? This guy here? He's wearing a white shirt. I forget his first name, Awan. All right? This guy is Deborah Wasserman Schultz, IT guy. Remember that? Was trying to get out of the country. We have his laptop going through it. DNC. Right? Maybe this guy. Maybe this guy's their IT guy. What do you say? We'll be back. We'll go through the missing text messages. We want to send out a special thank you for Susan Collins and her Sanctuary Switzerland Senate office for getting the government back open again. Really? Take us a break.